Hello and welcome to today's teacher chat. My name is Rihanna Ridman. I'm an infant and early childhood mental health consultant at Children's Resource Center in Bowling Green. Today's teacher chat is about the social emotional benefits of reading with children in your classroom. So the strategies that we are going to be talking about in this video are all from the Devereaux Center for Resilient Children. These are all evidence-based strategies to increase children's protective factors. So reading with children can increase initiative, attachment and relationships, and self-regulation, and then also decrease behavior concerns. So one of these strategies to build attachment and relationships is called connecting rituals. And connecting rituals is creating intentional opportunities for children to build those trusting relationships with their caregivers. So the teachers in the classroom, and this incorporates the four elements of connection. So eye contact, appropriate physical touch, a present adult, and a playful manner. So when you are reading children's books to the kiddos in your classroom, you are able to have that eye contact. So if you are reading maybe at circle time, you can read the story and then show the pictures and then look at all of the children in your classroom and you show them your eye contact and you can tell that they are engaged and listening when they are providing you their eye contact. The next part is appropriate touch. So maybe you are reading to one or two children and maybe they're sitting in your lap or they're sitting next to you and you can put your arm around them. You can provide them with that appropriate, safe physical touch that is really important for their connection and for building that relationship. Because physical touch is the only sense that humans can't live without. Um, and also, when you're reading, you are in the present moment. So you are in that moment with them and you're reading the story and you are enjoying that time together. And then lastly, in a playful manner, or reading can have a sense of playfulness. So no matter what story you're reading, you could use different types of voices for different characters. You can, read silly or funny stories. And this is that part of connection that children really love because it is playful and it does bring joy and excitement. So another strategy to help children feel safe and connected is when you incorporate it into a daily routine. So putting reading into your daily routine in the classroom can help children feel a sense of trust and safety because they know what to expect. So creating rituals is a DECA strategy where you want to maybe read the same book in the same area with the children in your classroom. So maybe every day at circle time, you have time built into your daily schedule that allows for reading a special book. Or maybe if you are working specifically with one kiddo, you can read the same book in the same area in the classroom. Maybe it's in the safe place in your classroom, maybe reading a story about ways to calm down. And you can create that ritual by doing it over and over, and that provides them with that predictability and that sense of safety. Um, Along with that, this strategy, read it and read it again, is really about repetition. And again, with that predictability and that sense of safety and having that routine, if you read the same story and retell those favorite books to the toddlers in your classroom, this is helping them to have that sense of trust and have that feeling of safety because they know what to expect. They know that when you read this specific book, when they flip the page, they're going to see that same character and they know what's going to happen in the story. And so that helps them again to feel really safe about that. And it kind of gives them a sense of that control or safety. Reading with children can help identify feelings. So reading feelings books can teach about emotions. So we want to talk about the feelings and emotions in stories, but you don't necessarily have to use specific books like these that are about feelings. You can talk about feelings with children with any book because any book has characters or people that have feelings. So you can ask toddlers to think about what the character's face is telling us. So maybe the character is crying crying, or maybe the character is really angry and they have, you know, squished up eyebrows and they're clenching their fists, and maybe their face even gets red because they're feeling angry. So we can talk about what it looks like when someone is feeling angry or when someone is feeling sad. And this really helps to build that self-regulation because they're learning about emotions, and so that way they can identify their own emotions when they feel something like that. Reading with children teaches them new skills. So, not just learning about emotions, but it teaches them communication skills. It helps them build empathy. It helps them with problem solving skills, and also, again, self regulation. So, reading different stories can be specifically to help them increase these skills. So when you're reading stories, children are building empathy because they're understanding that other people have different perspectives than them. So maybe there's characters in the story that have different feelings about the same situation. So maybe if it is a story and there's a birthday party, and maybe someone's feeling really happy and excited at the birthday party, and then maybe someone else is feeling maybe sad or maybe even jealous because they don't get to open a birthday present. So you can talk about these situations and ask them if, have they ever felt that way at a birthday party or whatever kind of situation that the story is talking about. And problem solving, if there are two children in the book that maybe are fighting over the same toy, you can talk about how they could have solved that problem differently. How could you solve this problem without fighting? Maybe they could have used their words to say, I would like a turn to play with that, or maybe even using a timer or something like that. You guys can really talk about the different ways to solve that problem. And reading scripted stories can help children with specific tasks. So, scripted stories or social stories are stories that you write for the children in your classroom. So, you can write these stories about specific new experiences that the children are going to be involved in so that they know what to expect. So, maybe a scripted story about the first day of school so they know what to expect, or if there is a field trip. So they've never been on a field trip before, you could write a scripted story so they know what to expect. Um, and then it helps to relieve some of those feelings of anxiety or, that unknown. So, and then also feeling stories and helpful hints, you can write these scripted stories to help children express their emotions in a positive way. So we can help them to cope with those big feelings of maybe anger or sadness, because we can write a story and then read it to them again and again and review it with them so that they know when they feel frustrated, they can stop, take a deep breath, and relax. And that's going to be something that they recall because they've heard this story over and over again. And then so when it happens to them, when they're feeling really frustrated, they can recall that and think about it and use that self-regulation skills. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at rihannar@crcwoodcounty.org. We also have a YouTube channel. You can find us at Children's Resource Center, or take a picture of this QR code with your phone. And we also have a Facebook page at CRC Infant and Early Childhood Connection. Thank you.